where did they go? Right? So when you look in like in the Greeks, when they had the war between the Titans and the gods, and the gods supposedly defeated the Titans, where the hell did the gods go? Where did they go? Did they go hide somewhere? Did they go crawl under some bushes to try to hide from the mortals? What happened? And read the stories. What's a demigod? That means that they have God, have human. And then if you go back and look at the verse, it says, "And the sons of God saw the daughters of men." Well, let's go back to the Greek pantheon. Well, I could use any one of them. I can use the Egyptian, the Sumerian. The effect is the same. But Greek is more commonly known, so we're going to stay with the Greek pantheon. And it said that the father of the gods was Zeus, and some of the other gods gave birth to children too, like Poseidon. And then you have half demigods like Perseus and Hercules, or Hercules, whoever you want to call him. And who did they marry? When you look at it, the story tells us that the gods and the demigods, all of the demigods lived among the humans because they were born of a human woman. And because they were born of the human woman, there was no place for them in what they call Asgard, and which was the realm of the gods. So they couldn't take human babies to Asgard to rear and raise them, so they raised them on Earth. Or was it that they couldn't, or that they wouldn't? Whatever the case was, the humans' babies was raised on Earth. Okay. Ooh, she brought up hermetics. That's my spiel. All right. And so anyway, when we start getting into the to what happened to them, no matter whether we go to Rome, China, India, Egypt, Mesoamerica, all of the gods interacted on Earth, married women of Earth, had babies on Earth. So something happened where some people had more juice, more abilities than others. They had more of that, what they call swagger. They had more of that charisma, that natural ability to be the greatest at something. They were renowned. Michael Jordan, Dr. J, Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, Campy Russell, Pistol Pete. They all had the ability to excel beyond what you call the norm or average. Men of valor. They went into situations to conquer. Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather. Big props to Floyd. He got to be one of the greatest scientists in the game's history. I ain't talking about what he can do in the ring. I'm talking about how he looked from the outside of the ring, study the measurements of the ring. Whether he know he doing it or not, he one of the coldest. He know every square inch of that ring. Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, that ability that pushes them a little bit or a lot above everybody else. They can sing a little better than everybody else, like Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell. They can do everything just a little bit better. And some of them so good, they can just be good at whatever. Bo Jackson, Paul Robeson, you know, omni scientists. They're good at everything they do. These are what happened to what you say were the fallen ones, men of renown, men of valor. But there was a side effect, because when you get to the book of Daniel, you find out there was a punishment. Well, who was punished? What were they punished for? And the redemption is also in the book of Daniel. And how do they overcome it? I mean, what do they do during the punishment? So remember I told y'all the book of Enoch. What's another one? The Emerald Tablets. It's another one too. It's real important. I'm gonna come up with it. It's gonna come back to me in a minute. In there, when you're reading the story about Solomon mostly. You know, Solomon is the soul of the man. And the soul of the man is a woman, period. And no other way to put it, the soul of the man is the woman. When the man can sync with a female, the soul of the man is the woman. So now when we talking about Solomon, are we really talking about the wisest man that ever lived, or the woman who created the wisest man that ever lived?
Working from home right now, but you know what? I'll put these calls on hold because I consider this to be an honor and important. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Excellent.
I don't like Big Mama told me to stop tongue wrestling with that guy, but I got to deal with it.
I heard that. You know, well, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, some words have to be spoken. And then there's those unspoken words that are just as powerful. But I love what you do. It's been refreshing. I was doing this years ago. I wasn't as outspoken as far as social media goes. But, brother, I claimed my sovereignty years ago. And we were in California, and there's an elder, Chief John L. Kinsey, that had a sovereign holy consulate in California, in Compton, California. And so I was anointed minister of information. And so I've been researching, you know, information for quite some time. So when I see brothers like yourself come across my path, it's refreshing and confirming. I just don't understand why. I don't want to say why things are not working or coming together, because I'm sure there's a reason for it. But I'm going to take it that it's coming together as we speak, even though it appears that it's not.
Well, you're not going to see it till it's done.
Yeah.
See, okay, so this is what we're looking at right now. The old system is trying to give the appearance of not having the final stage of cancer. Done. So they trying to put on a suit and tie and dress up like they not sick. Like they not one foot in the grave.
Right.
At the same time that the old system is dying, the organization and the restructuring of the new system is what's taking place in the background.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now, there's a women's network of particular key women on the planet. And they all are aligning to separate from the system. And they are the main ones the system was sucking energy from to hold its power. Because even the patriarchal system needed to exploit and to leech from the women in order to have any type of power on earth. Right?
Right.
So the key is to teach the women about their personal power. Because if you understand your personal power and how to protect it, which is psychic self-defense, then they can't siphon your energy to hold a power structure in place.
Right.
So then it begins to crumble. And as it's crumbling, they walking around putting on makeup and all kind of shit to try to look like they not dead. So you imagine you put a three-piece suit and makeup on a zombie to try to make it look like it's living. It's still not going to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
still
so
the
on point.
undead.
That is
Yeah,
definitely on point. Yeah. Yeah.
right. So
I've
this
said
is
that
all
for
they
years.
doing.
Yeah.
Now, when we look at the sequence of events, Georgia Guidestone destruction,
Hmm.
that's a significant blow to the groups that was trying to conquer Earth, was trying to take over. The Georgia Guidestones was their guidelines. That was what they was using as their standard of operation. They was moving toward those things that was put in the public domain as the Guidestones.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then they said that somebody blew it up and that they got a speeding silver car leaving the location.
Yeah, I saw that.
But when you look at the explosion, it's not a what you call a combustion explosion. There's no fire.
Okay.
It's just an eruption. It's an energy weapon. That is not a strategic. It's not a bomb.
Hmm.
It's an
Hmm.
energy weapon. So either two things telling me either the Galactic Council zapped that bitch or the United States military zapped it from a
Hmm.
satellite.
Hmm.
But ain't
Okay.
nobody on the ground did that because there's no, every explosion that you can make requires it to produce a flame, a fire, right? This is strong enough to bust concrete with no fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It made the whole thing so unstable they had to demolish it. Prime Minister of Parliament in Europe resigned.
Hmm.
Just get up this morning and say, I guess I'm gonna quit my job today. The Prime Minister. This is like the president saying, fuck it, I'm done. Right? We not watching
Yeah.
these little things because they all mean
Yeah.
something is going on that these people in these events are responses to.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
now they plan is destroyed. That's what the symbolism of the destruction of the Guidestones is. The enemy's plan has been thoroughly destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
I trust in that for sure.
yep.
Yeah.
And now we in the
Absolutely.
cleanup phase.
And it's
That
about
was
time.
right. That's why they had the bulldozer come in and finish demolishing it, because now that they plan has been destroyed, we might as well clear the debris out the way.
Hmm.
That way that the residuals will stop hurting people. In this
Okay.
case, it would have
Okay.
been the Guidestones being unstable for people to visit in that condition post explosion. It was
Hmm.
more of a hazard to leave it, so they had to tear it down. Right, which
Yeah.
is they tearing down their plan. So now the plan has been cleaned up. This is what
Okay.
we've seen play out in that whole event. The Guidestones is the plan. The plan is first destroyed. As soon as it got destroyed, they come in with the bulldozers and cleaned it up. That's the cleaning of the deep state, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So the original blast or the original man exposed the plan in the open, in the public domain,
Hmm.
which causes the reaction, destroy the plan, is symbolized by destroy the Guidestones.
Hmm.
And then in order to overcome that obstacle, you have to clean that shit up now.
Hmm.
So the bulldozer, to us, that's Angel Bay.
Okay.
Angel Bay is the cleanup man.
Hmm.
They call him Jeff Ford, but his name is Chief Malik Angel Bay.
Yeah,
When
I'm
he
familiar.
come, his job is to finish cleaning up the bullshit. And
Okay.
whoever is on board with bullshit, when he make his presence known, is gonna have to be removed. Whatever position of power, because we got to make way for the sisters.
Absolutely. And on that note, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Have you are you familiar with the harmonics, which I have no doubt that you are not? The 13-13 harmonics for the women and the 12-12 for the men, which, you know, the men 12-12 is called the rod, the women 13-13 called the staff, right? Which makes a cross, right?
Crook in the flail,
So,
right?
yes. So in order to, I've been reading some information. I've had it for years, but it, you know, I was just led to get it back out and look it over and study it to apply it to myself. Um, and the healing of that rod and staff, where it would bring the masculine and feminine energies together in a godly and divine way. What do you think about, what do you have to say? Let's say you don't have a man in your life. So wouldn't that mean that that would be pertaining to the masculine and feminine that is on the inside of you, which could be just as effective until you have that man to bring that divine coupling together to balance that out and heal that rod and staff? I hope I
Okay,
made
so
sense with that.
the 13 is the queen mother seat.
Mm-hmm.
The 13-13 is the queen mother seat on above and below, heaven
Mm-hmm.
and earth. So you talking about two circles representing two things, and we play it out in the public domain, I mean in the world, as if we are creation reestablishing the balance.
Okay.
The
Mm-hmm.
12 is the zodiac sign for what they call the grand man.
Mm-hmm.
The grand man is Osiris, the great father. But the reason it's the 12 is because they said that his phallus was missing. The phallus is symbolized by the staff. The staff being missing, there's no straight bump.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the staff is there, it seats the queen automatically at 13. All parts are present.
Right.
Now, so 13 above, 13 below, that's 26. That's 2 6s and 6 on each side,
Mm-hmm.
which makes the 12.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now we looking at Big Mama Tawaret wielding the cleaver,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So she wields the cleaver. The cleaver is also in the form of a lamb's leg,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's giving you a leg of lamb, which is a sacrifice. Hold on a minute. And the sacrifice came in as a son, as in S-U-N. But the S-U-N is in the person of a S-O-N.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, the job of the son is to pay attention to the mother. This is called at the feet of the master, right?
Right.
Because all of the sons, they are sitting at the feet of the mother to learn a life path.
Right.
Now, when the father is teaching, he has a monkey on his back, which is the symbol of the mind of the errant child. The Sako Mao, or the monkey mind, is erratic, and the father's job is to instill lessons that would give the child control of their monkey mind and give them the access to higher intelligence just by the common sense of the father.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
So the crook and the flail become personifications of the teachings of a mother. The crook, the shepherd's staff, is to pull the lamb from the weeds, the thicket.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the flail is the discipline that is instilled from the father. So the books say that came out of, this is the old ancient proverb in all indigenous communities or organic communities of the earth. Honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long. We
Absolutely.
know it biblically as
Absolutely.
a biblical saying,
Hmm.
but we don't know that that's actually an ancient instruction to the chiefs on how to redeem the family from both sides.
Right.
You got to give
Right.
honor to both the crook and the flail.